Are you awake right now? How do you know? You probably think you can see, hear, and feel the world around you. What if I tell you that our senses only give us a processed version of reality? They provide filtered and interpreted information, not direct experience. The eyes don't see the world. They detect light and send electrical signals to the brain, which then interprets them as an image. Sound is just vibrations in the air, but our brain transforms them into meaningful voices, music, or noise. Even touch is simply electrical signals sent by nerve endings to the brain, which assembles the sensation we feel. What we're experiencing isn't reality itself, it's our brain's best guess at what's out there. Our brain is constantly making predictions and filling in the blanks. It doesn't experience the world directly, instead it uses sensory information to construct a model of reality. The brain makes quick decisions based on incomplete data, and sometimes it gets things wrong. Optical illusions are a perfect example of how our brain can misinterpret what we're seeing. Even simple perceptions like color can change depending on the context. What we think we're seeing is really just a simulation our brain creates based on past experiences and expectations. What we experience as reality isn't an accurate representation of the world, it's a subjective, mental construct that feels real to us. Our brain's ability to interpret and create reality can sometimes lead to a disconnect between what's real and what's perceived. For people with mental health conditions like schizophrenia, the brain can construct realities that feel just as real, if not more so, than the physical world around them. In schizophrenia, individuals might hear voices or see things that aren't there, simply because their brain misinterprets sensory information or creates entirely new sensations. In extreme cases, the brain can even create a whole alternate reality, making it hard to distinguish between what's real and what's not. In addition to hallucinations, delusions can also happen. These are false beliefs that don't align with the reality around them, like thinking they're being persecuted or having special powers. For the person with these delusions, their brain has created a completely new narrative that's convincing and overwhelming, which makes it incredibly hard to accept external perspectives or feedback. If the brain can distort reality to the point where it creates completely new worlds, what if the very reality we all experience is also a construct? This is where simulation theory comes in, an idea that suggests the entire world around us might be a highly advanced simulation, designed by a more sophisticated intelligence, just as we create virtual worlds in video games. Think about it like this. Just as your computer has a processor that handles electrical signals, to create everything you see on the screen, your brain works in a similar way. Your brain processes electrical signals it receives from your senses, sight, sound, touch, and assembles them into the reality you experience. It's as though your brain is running its own simulation of the world, constantly interpreting data and presenting it to you as reality. So, if our brains can process sensory data and create the world we perceive, it could be possible that the entire universe is simply a simulation. This brings us to a profound question. Could we be nothing more than characters in someone else's simulation, part of a story with a purpose we'll never fully understand? Philosophers like René Descartes have wrestled with this idea for centuries. He famously said, "I think, therefore I am," asserting that the one thing we can be certain of is our own consciousness, our awareness of our thoughts. But can we be sure of anything beyond that? Can we trust our perceptions of the world around us? Immanuel Kant took this even further. He argued that we can never truly know the thing in itself, the objective reality beyond our senses. Instead, he believed that reality, as we know it, is always filtered through the lens of our mind's interpretation. So, how can we trust what we perceive if we can't even know the world as it is in its purest form? The very act of questioning proves our awareness is real. If we can question reality, then surely our consciousness cannot be denied. While we may never truly uncover the full scope of what lies beyond our own minds, one truth stands undeniable. We are thinking beings, we are questioning, we are aware, and that above all else is the foundation of reality. This very act of questioning proves the reality of our awareness. After all, if we are capable of doubting or seeking to understand the world around us, it is only because we exist to do so. The fact that we can question reality shows that our consciousness is not just a fleeting idea, it is tangible, it is real. But more on consciousness in another video.